why I like public hospitals than private hospitals while giving birth. This second video that I'm doing for my first baby, as I had already promised. I know if you follow this channel, you've seen or you've come across the other video that I did, and it has received very positive reviews, and has a lot of views. Thank you guys who always here to subscribe, to like, to comment, even to share your experiences. I'm so glad that you got to like that video. This is the second video as to why I like going to a public hospital for giving birth and like private hospitals. Keep tuned. My name is Mweni. I'm a mother of two and I'm a pharmacist. In this channel, we really share real life experiences. Kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You can as well turn on your subscription, your notification bell, so that anytime I upload, you can get notified and watch my videos. Thank you for the support so far. So this is the reason as to why I like public hospitals and like private hospitals. I gave from the previous video, I gave my experience with my second born. Now this one, I'm going to give you an experience with my firstborn. For my second born, at least I was known by the nurses. The nurses had because I'm a staff there, probably they got to know me, and you might think I was treated better because I was a staff there. My firstborn, the hospital that I went, it's not the hospital that I went for clinics. I had never gone to that hospital. In fact, I didn't even know where the maternity wing was. So I just walked in and everything was done. So this is what happened. The year was March 4th, 2023. March 4th, 2023. That year, that's when I had my firstborn. If that morning you could have told me that by evening 7 p.m. I would be holding my baby on my hands, I couldn't believe. Trust you me. Okay, the days had already passed. I was, I think, 40 weeks plus some days. I think plus around 4 days, because my due date was around 20th of February. So, and I gave birth on 4th of March. So that day I woke up as normal. I didn't feel any pain, like I felt nothing from the time that I woke up. But my mom was around. So she told me, today I've had a very bad backache. Probably you might give birth today. I had breakfast. They prepared breakfast. We took breakfast. I think my mom was preparing to go back home that evening. So we were to book for a bus. So the whole day, like, we stayed from morning. I took lunch. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any pain. So it was on a Saturday. I had said if the baby didn't come by Monday, I would take myself to the hospital just to let the nurses know that I was already due, but the baby wasn't coming. So that one I was prepared for. But no, that Saturday I took lunch. They cooked lunch. I took lunch with no sign of labor at all. But now at around 4 p.m. I felt the urge to go to the toilet for a short call. I woke up, went to the toilet. By then I was staying in a house that the toilets were outside the house. So I went to the loo, I peed, and then after I peed, everything was just okay. There was no discharge, there was nothing. Like, I was just normal, no sense of labor, no pain, nothing. Then I came back to the house. After coming to the house, before I went to the bedroom, I felt a very sharp pain in my leg. Was it in my leg? Yes, this one. To date, I still remember that pain. Like, to date, I still remember that kind of pain. The same pain. It's the same pain that I was waiting for with my second born, though I didn't get to experience it because, as they always say, pregnancies are different birth stories are different. My birth story might not be the same as your birth story. My pregnancy might not be the same as your pregnancy. My first, second, third pregnancy might never ever be the same. So don't expect, like, because you were pregnant, the first one and the second one might be. Don't be surprised when the two pregnancies are totally different. So that was me with my first boy labor and my firstborn labor and my second labor. They were totally different. So when I felt the sharp pain, I went to the bedroom, sat down, and within no minute, the labor it just became serious. My mom was seated outside. I don't know where my husband was. He was just around. So in like 3, I took my phone, began recording, counting the contractions to see whether it's true labor. I think I recorded that after around 5 minutes. The app just told me, those are true labor, just go to the hospital immediately. That's what the app told me. So I called my husband. I told him, it's like I'm in labor. So he came, he saw I was like, my labor just began climax. It didn't give me any warning. There was no warning. There was no water breaking. I had no discharge. I had no prior pains to prepare me. Like, it just dawned on me, we are ready. It's time to go to the hospital. That is how my labor came. I called my husband. From the way he saw me, he just called the taxi, even before he told my mom, who was outside. So after calling the taxi, then he went, called my mom, told me, just come, she's in labor. My mom came and then just said, she's already in labor and this is a boy. I don't know how my mom knew I was carrying a boy, and I hadn't shared with her the scan results. So immediately we got ready. I thought, okay, I used to think I'll go to the bathroom to take a bath, to shower. So since morning, when I woke up, I didn't shower. I said, I just got lazy. With pregnancy, a pregnancy is just funny. You might find pregnancies that deny you even kuoga ni shida. So I think I had that type of pregnancy. When I woke up, I didn't go to the shower. I said I was to take a shower maybe in the evening. But when the pain came, I didn't get time to go to the shower. So I just went to the hospital.
Thank you.
So when the taxi came, we entered and then drove straight away to the hospital. The hospital that I was going for my prenatal clinics was a public hospital, but now because it was just a level 3, it was a small hospital. It didn't have theater. And I was advised, if you are a first-time mom, you should get a hospital that probably it's fully equipped, because in case of any emergency, you might be assisted first. So that's what I did. After I got the labor, I told the taxi to drive to a level 4 hospital that had fully equipped maternity theater. In case of anything, I will be served from the theater, though I was really prepared for a natural birth. So when I arrived to the hospital, remember, I'm a medic, yes, but the doctors don't know me. So they examined me. Lucky enough, I was so lucky, I was told I was 6 centimeters. Imagine, from 0 centimeter to that 6 centimeter, I didn't have any pain. Like, that's okay. For a medical term, for those who don't know, that's what we call precipitated labor. Like, the pains just come towards, they are very short, very strong, and they normally come at a very short time, and they're normally intense when you are almost giving birth. That was, I got to the hospital at around 5. So when I was told I was 6 centimeter, I didn't because during the pregnancy I was doing a lot of exercise. I was really up and down doing exercise, doing walking, climbing stairs, up and down just to make sure my cervix was dilate and be very ready for the baby. So when I was told I was 6 centimeters, I began walking outside the hospital. My mom, okay, something with public hospitals, and this is the reason that you don't like public hospitals, is because you will not get the help that you think your family will guarantee you. My mom, my husband were told to go outside. They cannot. There is nothing they can do. To reduce the amount of pain that I was in. So my mama aliambiwa, we toka tu, hata hiyo hata tukikuachia huyo hakuna kitu naweza msaidia naye, just leave her to us, she's in safe hands. So that is what my mom was so told. Na akatoka wakaenda huko kwa waiting bay. For me, I didn't sleep in the hospital bed. I just gave myself, encourage myself to go outside, begin walking. What are they called? What are they normally called? Exercises, squats. I could walk. I started walking in there was a garden there, so I could just walk. When the pains come, I will just hold a tree there, then breathe in, breathe out until the pain went away. Until at around 6:30, when the pain became too much, too unbearable. Remember, in a hospital, you are supposed to be examined after every 4 hours to see whether you are dilating, whether there is progress, whether the labor is doing much to you. So I walked to the hospital around 5, and by 6:30, 4 hours of course hadn't elapsed. The pains became so strong. The pains were so strong. So I decided to go back to my bed, to the delivery bed. So when I was about to sleep on the bed, something fell off my feet. Guess what? My baby had pooped in my stomach. I didn't know anything about the baby pooping. Remember, it was my first time giving birth, so it didn't even worry me. I was not even scared. But now a cleaner came and saw it. I didn't even bother to call the nurse and tell them my baby has pooped. And the poop was the baby was almost, it was like the way the poop was, it's like the baby was already out of my belly already, but no. So when the cleaner saw it, she ran, called the nurse, and when the nurse came, she just told me, the baby is in distress and we are almost taking you to the theater. So she prepared me for the theater. She called the theater doctor, and then the doctor told them to prepare me for the CS. But before that, I think I was given normal saline. Normal saline is very nice because it normally reduces the distress the baby is in, and it also it's just hell. I don't know how it works, but what I know about normal saline and labor or during giving birth, it really assists. So in case you are somewhere and your baby poops in the stomach and there are no signs of you being taken to the labor, so first you can request it to be added the normal saline. It's very nice. It's not a drug, but it's very nice. It gets away the distress from the baby. So after I was given the normal saline, I highly think they gave me oxytocin. So oxytocin is that drug for maji uchungu, because between the time that I was given the normal saline and the oxytocin, that I highly suspect they gave me, though they didn't tell me, I got the urge to push. And guess what? During pushing, the worst happened. During pushing my baby, the worst happened. I didn't know this. In fact, I got to understand all this after my baby was out. It's when I was told my baby was breech. Like, mtoto wangu alitoka na makalio. My baby came with the buttocks are the ones that came out first. He was seated in my stomach, something that the scan didn't get to tell me, because I had a scan before I gave birth. Okay, at around 36 weeks, 36, 37, I had a scan, and the scan said that my baby was well presented for a natural birth. But when I was pushing, it's when the doctors realized my baby had come with buttocks, as they called so. Okay, believing they are called so. And that, like, I just saw all the medics surrounding me. I didn't, trust me, I'm a medic, but when they said the baby is in breech, it didn't hit me what was that. Okay, lucky enough, he was 2.5 kg, so pushing him was not a big task. So and then it didn't scare me. Like they said, the baby is in breech position, they came all there, but good thing I was not scared. I think I was so strong. I really don't. God has a way. He works in people. I just pushed. I didn't struggle even to push, but now they added me a tear. Like, I don't know whether it's the baby that tore me or it's them that tore me. But well, episiotomy. It's called episiotomy, that tear. So finally my baby came. When I pushed and the baby came, they didn't show me the baby. My baby, they just took him. I think because they thought the baby was so stressed, the nurse just took my baby and took her to the recovery bed, I think. And then my husband was later immediately called to be shown the baby, and then he was told, here is your baby, your wife hasn't yet seen the baby because we thought the baby was in distress. I relieved. I thanked God in that bed. I don't know whether you guys normally pray for your babies, or is it just me? When my babies come from my home, I just find myself thanking God for the whole process and praying. Just praying. I'm not that spiritual, but whenever my babies come out, I normally pray, seriously pray. I thanked God for that. Now it came that moment. Remember, all this time these guys haven't known that I'm a medic, because you normally say when we go to the public hospitals, you will be given good services because you are a medic. They didn't know that I'm a medic for them to offer me any special services. After that, they stitched the tear. They stitched the tear. I normally hear people say that doctors don't normally use lignocaine, but in my two experiences, they have used lignocaine to just make sure I'm not feeling pain when they're stitching their wound. Yes, and that's exactly and then from there, when I went, my baby started crying. I was given uji. I was told I cannot breastfeed the baby before I got the uji. I finished a cup of uji. So I finished the cup of uji, took my baby, and finally was shown a bed. I slept in the same ward where all the mothers were sleeping. I slept in the same bed. I ate food that people were eating. There was nothing like special. As for me, I said, I'm not going to labor into a private hospital. Okay, I could really wish to be in a private hospital, but in my situation, probably if I was in a private hospital, I would have gone for a CS. Then, okay, private hospitals are very nice because one, it's very clean. Two, the space is all yours. Nobody you are competing the space with. It is all yours. That is one of the best. And then food, top notch. And the services are okay. Everything is okay. But as I said, I really prefer going to public hospitals than private hospitals for giving birth, because I feel like the public hospitals have seen all the cases. Imagine when I got to push my baby and they realized my baby was in breech position, they didn't panic. They just stood beside me, and I heard one of the ladies said, in fact, for this position that the baby is coming, we were told this and this. They just discussed the whole scenario, and maybe in a period of five minutes, everything was done, and I was lucky. I got to give birth when my baby was on a natural birth. I got to experience a natural birth when my baby was in breech position. This video, I'm not saying it's possible. Not every baby in a breech position can just come out alive. So, and then in this video, I'm not really encouraging mother to go against the advice of their doctors. For me, it's because we only knew my baby was breached during the time I was pushing. So probably if I had gone to a private hospital, they could have taken me for a scan. You know, in private hospitals, the way things are normally done, very thorough, and as well, they always need to get money, as much money as possible from every patient. So I would have gone for the scan, and then the scan will tell us my baby is sitting, and that's how I would have ended in theater. So get it right. One, I gave birth normally, natural birth, because my baby was 2.5 kgs. He was very small, very small. That's one of the things that helped us. If the baby was a bit bigger, probably I would have the worst could have happened. I don't want to imagine that. Also, from my point of view, I really don't understand like what kind of an emergency could that be, because I'm pushing and then probably ishindikane and they rush me to the theater. Like, I have never really understood how God loves me that much. But anyway, he's faithful enough. He got me through all that process. So, and then another thing that I know you guys don't normally like about private hospitals is that you normally feel like the nurses will neglect you and leave you to die. No, each and every maternity death that happens in a hospital, might it be a private or a public hospital, it most maternal has to be accounted. Each and everything, every gap that was left, it's normally scrutinized and analyzed well, and the gap and every possible thing that could have been done just to avoid that death, it's normally discussed. So never feel like when you go to a public hospital they will leave you to die. No, nobody comes from their home just to let mothers die. Are we together? Never have that negative thought like you will be left to die. No, not at all. Circumstances do happen, things do escalate so fast sometimes. And then another thing that I normally that's a challenge with in public hospitals, that you might feel like you are neglected, is because you might find we only have 3 nurses on duty, then we are like 5 mothers that might go into active labor at the same time. This one is pushing before this one finishes, another one now is pushing before that one finishes, another one now is that one can maybe complicate things, or bring that theory of this particular patient was neglected. Maybe once in a while, not even always. Are we together? If this video has really helped you or encouraged you, or you can as well share your experience, I really appreciate and wish to hear your story. Kindly like the video, subscribe. Thank you.